Hello, I'm Don Smith, and I recently wrote and published a book called Aeromorphosis. In it, I describe the changes in American aviation that I have witnessed in my 60 years of flying. This book won't appeal to everyone. I've written it for pilots, aspiring pilots, and aviation enthusiasts. I've included observations and personal stories drawn from general aviation, military, business, and airline flying. My focus has always been on how pilots interact with their aircraft, or human factors. The book begins with my experiences as a lowly student pilot, and in the next 444 pages, I take the reader through Air Force pilot training, jet fighters, airline new hire to international captain, flying business jets for the rich and famous, seaplanes, gliders, helicopters, low-altitude air shows, simulators, and crew resource management. The narrative follows a chronological order, except when some of the stories overlap. From a kid hanging out at the airport in the 1950s to retired airline captain still flying a Bonanza to Oshkosh in the 2020s, there's a story for most years. I'm going to read an excerpt from the book, but if you don't have time for that, please go to aeromorphosis.com, where I have posted some short excerpts, reviews, a blog with additional stories not included in the book, and of course, purchase information. The book is available at Amazon in hardcover, softcover, and ebook. I'm going to read a story from the book. Here's the book. This takes place on a flight between Homestead Air Force Base and Langley Air Force Base. Homestead's near Miami, Florida. On another flight, I was to reposition an airplane from Homestead to Langley. We usually flew the Atlantic routes, which were far offshore, between Bimini and Wilmington. It was at night, and I was somewhere in the middle when I got a call from Air Traffic Control Center. Mike Golf 15, all of our fighters carried the Mike Golf call sign. Say your Mach number and altitude. I replied, 0.92 and 37,000, which was normal cruise for us. Eastern 500, say your Mach number and altitude. Although we were on different frequencies, the controller relayed. He says he's doing 0.85 at 27,000. Mike Golf, your traffic is an Eastern 727 at your 12 o'clock, 10 miles, opening. I locked onto him, and sure enough, the brake in the overtake circle unwound to a little counterclockwise from 12 o'clock on the display, indicating he was indeed faster than me. If you do the math, it really is true. The warmer temperatures at low altitude make his lower Mach number actually faster than me. This went on for a few minutes, with the Eastern crew needling me via air traffic control about my big, fast fighter. As only a 24-year-old smartass can do, I asked, Jacksonville Center, Mike Golf request flight level 500, that's 50,000 feet, and increase true airspeed to 1000 knots, that's 1,000 knots. I was cleared as requested and soon watched the airliner's lights disappear behind me. Yes, I had plenty of fuel to do that. I hope you enjoyed the story, and thanks for your time.